Okay, now we're back with Secrets of the Bible with yours truly, Brother Ali. This story was just so good. I had to have a tailspin off of it. I don't want to call it part two, but because it's not part two, but it is an extension of the Big Double Cross, the Dreamer. Okay, but this particular video is called. You ready for this? Mm, the Hebrew Deliverer. That's what made Joseph so special. Now, if you go back and look at the lineage, you know who Joseph's mother was? Rachel. If you go back and look at my Hebrew, the rise of a great nation, the real nation, I show you all the mothers and the children, who's born to who got who's the mama of this one. Rachel was found barren for a long time. Yeah, Rachel had a long time before she had Joseph. Well, Joseph wound up becoming what you call the Hebrew deliverer. They sold their brother out at 17 years old in a caravan, shipped him to Egypt, lied to their father. I'm talking about the brothers now, all the Israelites, the sons of Israel. They sold their brother out. Then they get the coat of color, his favorite color coat that his father made for him as a gift. Soaked in some blood of an animal, took it to the father like, oh God, my God, the animal killed Joseph. Lied about it. Now Joseph is in Egypt. Watch what he goes through in the Hebrew deliverer. And we're starting Genesis 39.
And Joseph brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian,
Very powerful man.
brought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites,
Right, that's the caravan I told you.
which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph.
The Lord was with Joseph. That's a very important clause right there. What this whole thing, remember in the first previous video I just spoke on, the Great Double Cross, Joseph had two dreams. He saw himself being worshipped by his brothers and mother and father. Who are you, 17 years old? Well, guess why he went through all this? Thrown into a pit and then sold to the Israelites. And now he's in Egypt, basically a slave to Potiphar. And look what he said. God did what? What the verse you just said about?
Joseph brought him down to Egypt. Potiphar and the officers of Pharaoh and the captain of the guards of Egypt brought him to the hands of the Ishmaelites that had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph.
Lord was with Joseph. See what I'm saying? So all this test he's going through, the whole thing is a plan in God's plan. The Lord was with Joseph. Watch this.
And he was prosperous.
Oh!
Prosperous a man.
Ooh!
He was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
The Egyptian master. He's a slave. He's a slave. Wow. Watch this.
And his master saw that the Lord was with him.
You see? You hear that? The Lord was with him. The master saw it. See, this is what I'm telling you about finding favor with God. You don't have to prove anything to nobody, people. You don't have to prove nothing to people. Your walk with God will determine who you are. You will find favor with people that's in the path of righteousness that you walk in for your blessings. He found favor with his master, Potiphar of Egypt.
Third verse, and the master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper.
Everything he touched was prosperous.
In his hand.
In his hand.
And Joseph found grace in his sight. He served him. He made him overseer over his house.
Wow.
And all that he had put in his hand.
He trusted this man. He's a man by now. He's not 17 years old no more. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's not 17. But he was so blessed and found favor that he put him over his whole house. This captain of the guards, governor, leader in the rule of Egypt, he gave him favor over his whole house to take care of his house.
And it came to pass from the time that he had made himself overseer in his house and all over that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian house
The house is blessed
for Joseph's sake.
for Joseph's sake.
And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in his house and in the field.
Now, you know the scripture said blessed coming in and blessed going out? They're blessed. That house is blessed because of Joseph. Okay? The house is blessed because of Joseph, because the Lord was with Joseph and grace was found in him.
And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand. And he knew not all he had,
He trusted him.
save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person, and well favored. 9th verse. There was none greater in this house than I.
None.
Neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?
Guess who he's talking to, y'all? Joseph is talking to Potiphar's wife. I had to condense it a little bit because of the time. After Joseph was trusted by Potiphar to take care of the whole house, and found to be a righteous man, good, godly man found him faithful with God, here comes Potiphar's wife trying to get Joseph to mess around with him. She's trying to mess around with Joseph. Okay? So now you're looking at a situation where the big test comes, where he's comfortable now, he's relaxing, and he's doing good. But guess what? The test is the wife, Potiphar's wife, trying to bring him down. Watch this.
And it came to pass, and she spake to Joseph day by day.
Day by day. Every day she on him. Every day. Come on, let's mess around. Come on. And he's Joseph, no, quit, no, stop. Watch this.
That he hearkened not unto her.
He would not give in.
To lie by her.
To lie by her. Lie.
Or to be with her.
Or be with her sexually. To have sex with her.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business.
Now he's going to the house now to do what he does on a regular basis. This is what he do. He's responsible for the house, keeping it, taking care of it. He's going about his business, taking care of his business. Watch what happens.
And there was none of the men in the house.
He by himself.
There within.
Always keep a second. Let me tell you something. This is a good word of wisdom to anybody, whether you're a man or woman. Always have a witness. If you're a leader in a position, and you know you're really kind of popular, you're responsible for a lot, you need to have witnesses around, because there's always got the devil in there trying to get in there to bring you down. And watch what happens to Joseph.
And she caught him by his garment.
She grabbed him,
saying, lie with me.
Come on, have sex with me.
And he left his garment in her hand.
He took off running.
And fled and got him out.
And got out there. No, it got tense. It got real tense. She got so possessive over him, it wasn't just talk no more. She grabbed him. She grabbed his coat. Come on. And was forcing herself on Joseph. Look at the big test. Look what he's going through. Sold out by your brothers in a caravan, thrown in a pit, 17 years old, hated by your brothers, sold out to Potiphar, slave. Now you doing what you're supposed to be doing. All is right. You're doing everything God tells you to do. Here comes the devil using this woman to have sex with, so you can commit adultery with your boss. And guess what? You fight for it, you pull away from it, and you take off running and try to do what's right. Look what happens after this.
And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, 14th verse, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought in an Hebrew, and unto us to mock us.
Lying.
He came in unto me to lie with me.
Lying.
And I cried with a loud voice.
Lying.
20th verse. And Joseph's masters took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisons were bound.
Okay, stop that. Stop. Now, if it's not bad enough, you take off running from this woman so you don't cheat on your boss. You've been sold by your brothers, thrown in a pit, at 17 years old, hated by your family, your brothers. Take off running, trying to do what's right. The girl double crossed you, and now you what? What did you say?
Bound.
bound
prison.
and thrown in prison, and he ain't done nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong. He just told, he had two dreams. He told his brothers, hey, I had two dreams. Sold them to Ishmaelites into Egypt. He come into the house of Potiphar, takes care of the Potiphar's house, do what's right. Now he's thrown in prison because Potiphar's wife wanted him, he wouldn't have sex with his boss's wife.
For this chapter, 6th verse. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad.
Okay, now we bounced around. That's why I got you happening. He got thrown in prison, right? While he's in prison, he met two people, a baker and a butler. They were cast in prison for some things they did wrong. Okay, the butler, he was responsible for the wine, make sure the Pharaoh drinks his wine every day. The baker cooked, make sure the Pharaoh ate, and they did something wrong. It does not go into detail exactly what they did wrong, but for whatever reason, they were cast into prison. And now Joseph he's in the same prison unjustly with these two characters. Watch this.
6th verse again. And Joseph came unto them in the morning, and he looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his Lord's house, saying, wherefore look ye so sadly today?
These are officers, these are the butler, this is the butler and the baker.
And they said unto him, we have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it.
Now, stop right there. Remember I told you, he's a dreamer. He dreamed his own when he was a little 17-year-old. Joseph had a gift. He could dream, but then he could explain his dreams. You know how a lot of people dream, but some people have a gift. They can interpret a dream. That's a gift. You go look in 1 Corinthians 12 chapter, it talks about the gifts in the church. Everybody has gifts. And Joseph had a gift to interpret dreams. So he knew he could do it. He had two dreams and tried to tell his brothers, look, let me tell you something. You guys are going to bow down to me. They got mad. They're jealous. So here he is in prison now. And here we go. Two guys, a butler and a baker. Now they got dreams. Watch this.
And Joseph said unto them, do not interpretations belong to God?
That's why he got... See how Joseph's blessed? He never took credit for nothing. Everything he did, he gave glory to who? The Father. And that's the secret to... That's one secret to the Bible. Stop giving credit to yourself. Because God has blessed you with a gift. I'm not talking about dribbling a basketball or throwing a football or you running fast. I'm talking about the gifts of God. Interpretation and tongues and prophecy. And it goes on and on. Okay? Healings. Go ahead.
Tell me them, I pray you. And the chief butler told him his dream to Joseph. And he said to him, in my dream, behold, a vine was before me. And in the vine were 3 branches. And it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes.
See, this a winery. That's the winery, wine press. He's showing you in his dream what he does. This is the butler. Okay, he brings the wine to the Pharaoh. So he explains what happened in the dream.
And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup.
Okay.
And I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. 12th verse. And Joseph said unto him,
here's the interpretation.
This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days.
3 days.
Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head and restore thee unto thy place.
You're going to be exonerated. Now, this is powerful because he's telling this man right here, look, what happened to you in prison? In 3 days, you out of here, bro. And this is, you can't get no more direct than that. Somebody tells you your dream and explains to you it's going to happen just like this. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what happened. Watch this.
And thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand after the former manner which thou hast his butler.
But watch this. Go ahead.
But think on me.
Think on me. You hear that? Wow. Think on me. In other words, bruh, I'm telling you, I'm interpreting your dream. I'm showing you what's going on with you. But when you get out, don't forget me. I'm here. I'm here in the prison. Look out for me, man. Think about that. That's important. That's a very important note I want you to see. He's not only did he find favor in God to interpret a man's dream, he said, watch out for me when you get out there. Now watch this.
See, but think of me when it shall be well with thee, and shew kindness, and I pray thee unto me, and make mention of me to Pharaoh, and bring me into his house.
There you go. Ain't that a blessing? He said, think of it now. So he didn't kind of did a little politicking there, man. Look out for me now. Okay, go ahead.
16th verse. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream.
Here go the other guy.
And behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head. And in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh.
That's what he did. That's what he's a baker.
And the birds did eat them.
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
Out of the basket upon my head.
Oh.
And Pharaoh answered and said, this is the interpretation thereof. And Joseph answered and said, this is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days.
3 days.
Yet within the 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee.
Ooh, you're going to get beheaded, bro. Whatever you did. Whoa. Now, this is how deep Joseph is. He went up and told my man, you're going to be restored. You're going back to where you came from, and you're going to be blessed. But man, look out for me when you go. But the baker, they told him, you're going to get your head chopped off. Watch this.
And shall hang thee
on
a tree.
Oh, my goodness.
And the birds shall eat thy flesh.
Eat thy flesh.
From off thee.
Oh, my God. Is that powerful or what? That's very powerful. Is that it? Okay. Do me a favor. Okay. I want you to do me one favor. Read 41. Wait a minute. No. There's one thing. Okay, you're at 40. I wanted to bring up one point. What's after that?
40 and 19. And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday.
Okay, stop right there. That's for this one. This is what I want to say. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to read this part. Okay, now he's in prison, right? Now he's still there. He didn't told what's gonna happen to these 2 guys. Now he's in there by himself, still by himself, serving time. Watch this.
When it came to pass, it was the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he had made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chef, butler, and of the chief bakers among his servants. He restored the chief butler unto his butlership again. He gave the cup to Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him.
You forgot him. It's horrible, isn't it? But now what I want you to do is do me a favor. Read 41, 38 to 40, 38 to 41. 41, 38 to 41 right quick. The brother of God all about Joseph.
And Joseph said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this is?
Okay, do me a favor. Go back. I want you to watch this very carefully. Read that again.
And Pharaoh said unto his servants.
Pharaoh said unto his servants. Now mind you, the brother done forgot about Joseph. Can you imagine that? Joseph's still in prison. Baker dead. Watch this. Pharaoh said what?
Can we find such a one as this, a man of whom the Spirit of God is? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as God hath shewed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art.
And let me jump ahead for you so you get this, because we had a condition of time. The brother had forgot about Joseph, right? What happened later on, Pharaoh went to sleep, and he had 2 dreams. He dreamed now, and he dreamed he was going down by the sea, just walking down by the sea, and he dreamed, and what he saw was, he saw a cow, or a calf, come out the water, right? The calf was fat, looked very presumptuous. I mean, like, oh, nice, strong calf, right? But then he seen another calf come up, and the other calf was like this, all skinny. And Pharaoh was complex. Well, what's going on? He slept again, had another dream. He saw corn, stalks of corn, like this, right? But then came behind it, it was a lean stalk of corn that they was like dead and about the horrible crop. But this is the bad thing about it. Both dreams, the cow that was lean consumed the cow that was fat. The corn that was kind of frail and dirt and no good crop consumed the stalk that had a lot of corn. So he's like, I'm confused. I had a dream. He asked all the magicians, all the wise men of Egypt, come here. Tell me my dream. Nobody could tell him. Nobody. Then the butler woke up. The butler said, oh, wait a minute. The same one that forgot. He said, guess what, Pharaoh? I know somebody that can help you. The dreamer. It came back. God's favor came back with Joseph. And he said, there's a man that told me about myself when I was in prison, and the baker, he's in prison. His name is Joseph. And this is what he's picking up right here, the conversation he's having with Joseph right here. So keep reading that.
For this verse, thou shalt be over, 39th verse. Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as God hath shewed thee all this, there was none so discreet, wise, as thou art. 40th verse. Thou shalt be over my house.
Whoa. This, see how God is good? This is what I call the Hebrew deliverer. You see what he went through to get where he's at? This is the Pharaoh of Egypt. He's the most powerful man in the world, telling Joseph what?
Thou shalt be over my house.
You over my house. Oh my goodness, I get chills just thinking about this. Go ahead.
And according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. He
telling the world, only one gonna be above you is me. Nobody else is gonna tell you what to do. Oh my God. Now you see the dreams he had when he was 17? He said, you guys gonna, told his brothers and mom and dad, you know what? You guys gonna be worshiping me. What? Well, guess what? Guess what happened? We're about to close now. But the great Hebrew deliverer has been revealed right here, when he done went through delivering, getting sold out by his brothers, thrown in a pit, sent out by the Israelites as a slave. And I'm talking about he took care of Potiphar's house faithfully, then accused of rape, thrown in prison, and God knows how long he was in there before Butler finally woke up like, oh yeah, let me tell you, there's a man can help you. Now he's out, and God then brought this and made him, you know why he became a deliverer? And we got to close now. I'm going to jump ahead and let you know. What happened was, after the dream that took place, God told Pharaoh to put Joseph over everything. And what Joseph did, I forgot the dream, also talking about 7 years. 7 years, he had the fat calf. Remember the fat cow and the stalk that had plenty of corn? Those are 7 years of prosperity. So Joseph was smart and said, look, we're going to take, while we're doing good, stock it up in the storehouses. So get all the cows and all the grain and all the corn, stock it up for 7 years and ration it to the people. Boom, 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 ration. Now the next 7 years came the famine that was foretold. The lean cow, the little skinny stalk of corn, it came. So now they're like, oh my God, there's no food. Yes, there is. Pharaoh said, Joseph got you. I told you he's over. Joseph was a man. He not only was he a dreamer, he was a negotiator. He was he's in corporate, if you want to call it corporate America. He was like a man in big business. He handled the whole country of Egypt to make sure they ate the 7 years of famine, that the people would be starving, and kind of ration it out for the 7 years of good. But guess what happened? Egypt was prosperous in the 7 years of Joseph was head, right? But the famine took over the rest of the lands. And guess what land got hit the worst? the land of Canaan, where his brothers and mother and father lived. They had to leave Canaan and come to Egypt for food. Jacob said, go to Egypt. He told Judah, Reuben, go to Egypt and get us some food. So now, can you see the story coming together? The brother about to come to Egypt and see their brother they throw in the pit and sold off, sitting on the throne, only second to Pharaoh through the famine. This is the conclusion of the Hebrew deliverer. What Joseph went through to get where he was at in God, and he became the deliverer of his family. Everybody know about the story about Moses and the children of Israel was in Egypt and they were slaves. That's way down the road. But right now, this is the beginning of the influx, I'll call it, the influx of the Hebrew family into Egypt. So they would not die in Canaan because it was desolate. Thank you again for tuning in with me with my next video, The Hebrew Deliverer. Remember, Secrets of the Bible coming at you.